following is a special presentation of 103.3 FM ESPN.
The All-Pro Show, live from Love and Warren, Texas in Grapevine.
Here's your host, Wally Lynn.
The All-Pro Show
on 103.3 FM ESPN Radio.
Welcome to Love and Warren, Texas in Grapevine. My name is Wally Lynn. Your Dallas Cowboys won yesterday. This is where you applaud. I know. 7-6. Not much romance in that game yesterday, was there? It was pretty ugly. It's games like this that I'm really glad that I have somebody on the show who used to play instead of somebody that's currently playing. But, hey, it could be worse, could be a loss. And the Cowboys are 7-3, all alone in first place in the NFC East. And, by the way, boy, it sounds great. Kevin, good job on the engineering tonight. It sounds good. So happy to be joined tonight by one of my favorites growing up. It's going to make him feel really old. 14 years with the Dallas Cowboys. NFL Hall of Famer. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Randy White, please. Hi, Randy. I'm good. There's your headphones right there. Just get comfortable. And you are, I can tell. Look at you. You are. You are a comfortable kind of guy, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Got to be comfortable.
Yeah. Good to see you again.
Good seeing you.
Always
Wally.
fun to talk to you and visit with you.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah. You ever seen this trick?
Yeah. You seen this flexibility trick? How about the strength one there?
It's an inside joke, folks. You wouldn't get it. But I was just mentioning the win yesterday, and the good news is it was a win.
That's great news.
7-6. It goes down in history as one of those 1950s, 60s games, right?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Slug it out.
How would we feel today had they lost that game?
Not good.
Not good. A lot worse than when we feel now. At the end of the year, when they look at those box scores, they're not going to see 7-6. It's going to say win.
Yeah.
And,
forget that real quick, won't you?
Yeah. So this time of year, you come up with a win. That's positive. That's important. They don't have to be pretty. Surely they know they got to improve. They have to play better. But winning beats losing any day of the week.
I'll tell you this much. Whenever I see a division game, and I'm checking the line, I'm not a big gambler. Used to a long time ago. I don't anymore. But well, I was tempted on this one. Because when I see, like, Dallas by 11 in a game against somebody in your division, I'm like,
That's a sucker bet.
Yeah. I've seen too many of those games where where the Redskins are having a great season and the Cowboys are having an awful season, and the Redskins lose 2 and one of them's to Dallas, or they get swept by Dallas. It happens all the time, doesn't it?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell a gambling story here tonight.
Well, why wouldn't you? Are you involved?
Yes, I'm involved. but it didn't happen when I played. I'm going
to give you the right to tell the story.
Okay.
As if that gives you 1 ounce of protection from what you're about to say.
And I'm going to preface it by saying everything I tell you is a lie. So
perfect.
So when I played football, I never bet on a football game. Never bet on a football game ever.
Right.
But the first year I was retired, I figured, you know what, I may bet on a couple football games just for fun. Well, I bet, and I was winning pretty good there. And if you remember the first year that I retired, Dallas didn't have a very good season that year. So it comes around to Dallas, Washington.
That's 89.
In Washington.
That's 89 when they won 1 game.
Yeah, and I say, you know what, there's no way Dallas is going to beat Washington in Washington. They're not doing well. So I bet on the Redskins. And I lose my money. I haven't liked the Redskins ever since.
I don't think it just took that loss for you to not like the Redskins.
No, but that was part of it. You brought up the gambling. So.
I know. Okay. All right. So when you watched that game yesterday, I'm sure the frustration level was very high for you as well as all fans. But what was going through your mind watching that offensive lack of performance? Other than we do need to give Washington this much credit, that despite having a lot of guys out of the game on offense and Hainsworth on defense,
right,
their defense is good, and their defensive backs and their secondary is very good. And so the game plan became run, run, run 33 times, passed it 27 times. So what was your thought about the whole approach yesterday?
Well, all the talk going into the game was Dallas has got to run more. What happened to the running game? Blah, blah, blah. Well, they come out, and I thought they ran the ball very successfully. Now, the thing that's hurt them all year long has been the mistakes, the turnovers, the fumbles. Those type of plays is what killed those drives yesterday. But it was encouraging to see that, hey, they can run the football. Felix Jones looked good. Barber looked good.
And then he fumbled.
Well, he fumbled, but that happens. But I was encouraged by that. Tony had a tough day yesterday. I don't think anybody's going to try to sugarcoat that. He got a little banged up, and he was floating that ball all over the place. And I was hoping that they could get on track because I don't know, you had the feeling that they were just not that far away from making a play to get themselves going, and it just didn't happen until there at the end.
Okay, so Green Bay, you lose to Green Bay, you sneak by Washington. 3 weeks ago, you feel like you're on top of the world, and us media idiots out there are analyzing things like, are they elite? Right?
Well, I was thinking
well, whatever that is, right?
Right, whatever that is in this league.
I don't know what that is.
Right.
But now I'm kind of thinking there's New Orleans, there's Minnesota, and there's Indianapolis, and there's New England, and then there's a lot of other teams. You agree with that?
Right now, that's the way it looks. Yes. I'd have to agree with you on that one. If they were going to pick the teams that were really standing out right now and really playing well, those would be the teams. Yes. Now, are there a bunch of other teams out there, Dallas being one of them, that I think at some point in time could come together, especially this Dallas Cowboys team. I mean, they got talent. If they come together and they can put together a little roll in the right time of year, maybe they're having their little stumbling block right now, and then the end of the season, because I don't have any doubt they could beat New Orleans. If they go out and play their game, they can beat New Orleans. They could beat Minnesota.
You really think so?
I honestly think so. I don't think there's any doubt. I think they have the weapons to do it. I mean, the thing they have to do, and I'm sure they realize this, they got to eliminate the mistakes. The pre-snap penalties on offense would come from lack of concentration, the lack of whatever. Those type errors. You can't have the receiver running one route and the quarterback throwing the ball a different way, and they're looking at each other after the play all the time, putting their hands up. If they can straighten those type problems out, I think they got a chance to do something.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. I'm just going to pick a season at random here from when you played.
Okay.
Let's pick a good one.
That'd be good.
Let's pick a really good one.
Let's not pick 88 or 87, Wally. Let's pick one of the other ones.
Not a scab year or anything like that.
No, not the scab year. We don't talk about that one.
Let's go to the 77-78 season.
Right.
And did you remember, were there ups and downs in that Super Bowl year where there were times during the season where you said, we're not very good, and then later on you said we're really good, or how did that? Am I going to have to look this up? Figure out what happened that season at the end of the year?
Yeah, look it up and see what our record was. I don't really remember.
You don't remember what your record was the year you guys won that Super Bowl?
I'm not sure what.
Well,
the
I'll tell you.
Was.
Then you can figure out. I'll give you a little picture here. Okay. That was the year you lost 2 in a row in November.
Right.
To St. Louis 24-17. Then you lost to the hated Steelers 28-13. And then you reeled off 4 straight wins in December.
Well,
and then you won the Super Bowl.
That was the way Coach Landry would set.
Oh, I've heard this before.
Okay, you've heard it. Well,
Charlie Waters is convinced that he wanted you guys to lose a game in November.
Oh, he used to tell us, look, we want to start fast. That was one thing. We wanted to come out of training camp ready to go.
Right.
Start fast, get as many wins as we could, in the beginning, and then. The thinking was sometime during the middle of the year, you're going to stub your toe. You're going to have a couple bad games. Things are going to go awry. But you want to come back and motivate and be peaking at the end of the season.
Is this one of those Machiavellian things or something like that?
Well,
that
I don't
philosophy?
know.
I don't know.
No, that's – as far as I know, it's Coach Landry.
It's Coach Landry's way, right.
That